Good afternoon, audience. Today is May the 20th, and as I videotape, the videos, the previous tapes and this tape are unedited videos, which I am taping on an emergency basis due to the continued conspiracy and fraud against against fraud by government officials against my property. So this video is being taped because I just learned today that they are going to send out some prepaid debit cards for the people who did not receive their stimulus checks. So I qualify as one of those people who didn't receive a stimulus check, and I purposefully requested, and I don't want to receive any stimulus checks with Donald Trump name signed on it, because it's wire fraud, is simply to get a $125 trillion judgment in the Supreme Court. And right now the Supreme Court have several cases up there, which I, again, is not giving them permission to use any of my documents. And they going to be coming out with a decision here before July, I believe. So, but at any rate, folks, that's why I'm making this video. These are unedited, temporary emergency videos. So if I sound a little discombobulated or my thoughts are not in the right pattern, it's because I'm making these videos on an emergency basis. So, first of all, after that, what I want to talk to you guys about, or who this is addressed to, this video is addressed first to the United States Attorney General William Barr. And you know exactly who I am because you received multiple documents from me, Sharon Bridgewater, addressed to you, William Barr, United States Attorney General, and your predecessors. So you know who I am. And this is addressed to you, the special prosecutor, Robert Mueller, who worked for Obama for many years, his FBI director, who is now the current special prosecutor in this Russia investigation, and it really don't make sense for him to be a special prosecutor because he worked for Obama, and I'm suing Obama. How can you have a special prosecutor and somebody who worked for somebody who I'm suing? That don't make sense. So, but at any rate, this is addressed to him, Stephen Mnuchin. I don't really know how to pronounce his last name, but Stephen Mnuchin, the FBI, the Treasury Director, and I think he know who I am because he just recently sent this letter to my house stating that my payments were sent back to the Treasury. I'm gonna get back to that, and this is specifically addressed also to the Supreme Court justices again. Roberts, Ginsburg, Thomas, Breyer, Alito, Sotomayor, Kagan, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh. Okay? So, and co-conspirators. This is who I'm making this video for. Okay, getting that, I got that out the way. So, basically, as I stated before, my son and I, we were in the business of real estate. We were minority business owner, and just here recently, I had started two businesses. One was Two Witnesses International Ministries, and the other one is Health Necessities and Accessories. And I just recently had to close my accounts because of wire fraud via the United States government by uh, Donald Trump, who is being directed by the Rothschilds. We all know that he's a puppet for the Rothschild, Angela Merkel, and Macron, and all those who formed the EU. So, what I'm specifically addressing this to is all you co-conspirators trying to use fraudulent fake documents and trying to defraud me out of business, personal property. I'm tired of it. It's not going to fly. And again, I just want to read this to the audience. Well, let me get back to my recent businesses was Health Necessities and Accessories, as well as Two Witnesses International Ministries. And I had to close my banking accounts because Donald Trump signed his name to a stimulus check and attempted to deposit it in my account so him and I can have an agreement so they can use some fraudulent, stolen court documents to get a $125 trillion judgment. Now, as before, I stated that it is unlawful for persons to be associated or employed by a racketeering activity. Now, just here recently, you guys, the United States government committed 2 acts, and they are attempting to commit another act via mail fraud by sending this stimulus check, a prepaid card, to people who did not receive their stimulus checks. And before, again, I purposefully didn't receive the stimulus check because it's fraud. It's only to use some fraudulent, fake, stolen documents from my business person property, so they can get this little $125 trillion, and it's little to God, my Father in heaven. So, but at any rate, it's not going to fly, guys. It's not going to fly. So, but at any rate, getting back to this racket, guys, you're probably going to be having some more of these videos, because what they say, you got to cut a snake head off to kill it. And these people, they doing everything in their power to get this $125 trillion, including messing with my wire fraud, mail fraud, everything. So, getting back to this definition, what racketeer influence and corrupt organization means. This means that the law permits enforcement agencies to charge individual or groups involved in various acts of racketeering activity. The U.S. Department of Justice, which they doing some rackets they sell, provides an expansion view of RICO charges. According to this thing keep getting my hair or whatever. According to the DOJ provides an expansive view of RICO charges. According to DOJ, in order to be found guilty of violating the RICO statute, the government must prove upon a reasonable doubt. Now, I am the government, my God, and I am proving to society, to the general public, that these guys committed 2 acts like within 2 weeks. Okay, so, but anyway, the government is the racket. So I have no recourse. I am pleading to my God in heaven for justice from these people, from the Supreme Court justices, from the DOJ, from all the United States government committing RICO acts against my person, business, or property. And again, folks, I am going to put the complaints. I have yet to do all my complaints and put them online or show you all what I've been going through for the last 25 years plus 25 over 25 years with the government. So it's multiple civil rights violations. So if I'm, if my language or whatever is choppy or whatever, please don't discriminate, because these are from civil rights violations, and I'm trying to constantly fight these people as one woman against the United States government, and only person who I have to depend on is my Father in heaven. So the government has to be brought to justice, and God will do it, because you know what, guys, time is up. Time is up, and the courts are open to judge these rackets, the Supreme Court justices, and all these people who are doing wrong to my business, personal property. So, but at any rate, so getting back to this, okay, in order to find somebody guilty of a racketeer, influence, and corrupt organization, one must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that an enterprise existed. The United States government is an enterprise with, all the Supreme Court justices, Robert Mueller, the United States Attorney General, all the the House of Representatives, all government officials constitute as an enterprise. All of them are employed by the United States government. So, number one is proved. An enterprise affected interstate commerce. Now, folks, I just stated that I had two businesses, okay? Just recently, I still currently have two businesses, okay? Which is Two Witnesses International Ministries and Health Necessities and Accessories, which they are licensed, all filings are up to date. But just here recently, I had to close all of my banking accounts because Donald Trump and co-conspirators, Stephen Mnuchin or whatever, however his name sounds like them people on the Wizard of Oz, Mnuchin, whatever, I don't know how, and I'm not trying to be funny, them little making fun of his name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Please forgive me, and don't take no offense. Stephen Mnuchin, the Treasury Director. All of them constitute a racket. So, but at any rate, my businesses, I had my business, but I had to close my accounts. I had to close my business accounts because Trump signed this stimulus check and attempted to deposit it in my personal Social Supplemental Security checking account right here. And this is a message to the Attorney General, Mnuchin, Donald Trump, the Supreme Court justices. Please do not send me any stimulus money, be it as a new prepaid debit card you guys just posted. Can you guys see that you guys just posted today on May the 20th, which says starting this week around 4 million Americans who haven't received their coronavirus stimulus checks will get their relief payments in the form of a Visa card. Now, it also says that that the people going to receive this money in the mail via unmarked mail. Now, right there, that's fraud. It don't make sense to send people anything in the mail with unmarked and you don't know where it's coming from. So this what this article says right here, guys. And I didn't even mark it down here, but I am attempting to find where it says that they're going to send this to your mailbox via unmarked. but it is on here. This article was printed from yahoo.com, and I'm not seeing it, and I've been reading so much here lately, guys, but it is on here. And this article is addressed as or entitled, "You may be getting your stimulus check on a prepaid debit card," and it's dated May 20th, and the time it was put on, it was 10:45. So, yeah. So what they're attempting to do is send people, and I know they're addressing this to me. Please do not send. Please do not send any prepaid debit card to my house, because you guys know you tried to send this little thing, and I had to close my business accounts as well as my personal accounts, which you guys just sent this letter stating that you guys were not successful, and I'm telling you not to send it. And I'm reading the Social Security letter that you sent to me, which is dated May 12th. "We are stopping your monthly supplemental security income payments beginning May 2020 because the payment we sent you for May 20 was returned to the Department of Treasury. Okay, we will not send you any more payments until you get in touch with the Social Security office." Okay, Social Security guys, I have not been in touch with you guys, okay? So you have no authority, no reason to send this stimulus check prepaid debit card. Don't send it. I'm not taking it. I'm not receiving it. And William Barr, I know you watching everything I do. You know what time I get up. You know what time I go to sleep. You know what time I sit on a stool. You know everything, because I am the $125 trillion lady. You know everything about me. So I'm telling you right now, Mr. Barr, tell your crew to don't send this debit card to my house, because I'm not going to cash it, okay? And this is, I'm putting this online today. Today is May the 20th. So, but at any rate, getting it back to this, proving that a racket existed. So, yeah, so I had to close 2 of my business accounts. So, by Trump and the co-conspirators attempting to wire and put in my banking account so Trump and I can have an agreement, you know, that constitute restraints in trade. Okay. And this other attempt right here, mail fraud, that's restraints in trade, okay? So that's already 2 right there. Okay, the defendant was associated with or employed with, number 3. So, all of y'all, all the DOJ, Robert Mueller, who used to work for Obama for years, who is now the special prosecutor against Trump, William Barr, the Supreme Court justices, the House of Representatives, the Committee on Oversight, all of you guys work for the United States government and is employed by the United States government. So, number 4 is proven. Number 3 is proven. Number 4, the defendants engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity. Now, as before, I already showed the audience these stipulated judgments back here in 2007, and I have a whole slew of crimes: mail fraud, wire fraud, false imprisonment, peons, malicious prosecution, like I said before, malicious prosecution, mail fraud, wire fraud, you name it, extortion, all committed against my person and property. Okay, that's proven. And still, they still doing it by this current here, mail fraud and attempted wire fraud. That's proven. That's a pattern of racketeering activity. So, okay. Number 4 is proven. Number 5, The defendant conducted or participated in the conduct of the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity through the commission of at least two racketeering activities set forth in an indictment. Okay, guys, I got two racketeering activities from these people right here. This prepaid card and Trump signing that thing, attempted to deposit in my checking account, and I had to close it. I got two acts right there that restrain commerce. Okay. And also, guys, so I'm just putting this online today to let the public know. Again, these are unedited, uncut videos, and I'm doing these videos as quickly as I get this information, because, man, you better be telling me these people trying their best to get this money, and you can't. Again, all y'all employed by the government, all of y'all. Okay, here is something that I printed off the website today, is this right here. It says Supreme Court temporarily denies House Democrat access to Mueller documents. You got to be kidding me. All of them working together. And they just trying to figure out how can they get this money to Miss Bridgewater. How can they get this money to get this little $125? Me and Trump ain't got no agreements. We never had any agreements. I'm not giving y'all permission to use any of my court documents stolen from my business, personal property, and all of y'all employed by the government, all of y'all defraud me out of money. And so here's Mueller right here, guys. Now, he used to work for Obama. Guys, how can you pick a special prosecutor, somebody to investigate Trump, and he used to work for the government for years? Do that make sense? Come on, you got to be kidding me. But at any rate, there you have it. Today is 5/20/2020, and this is specifically going to first the Attorney General Barr and to Stephen Mnuchin. Don't send me don't send to my house any of these stimulus check debit cards, because I already know y'all probably doing that and having somebody else to cash it and cash it, because y'all know I'm not going to activate it. So this is going to William Barr and all the co-conspirators. Okay? So, check it out.